everybody, welcome to this edition of Norcast Weather School. I'm your friendly neighborhood weatherman, Nor'easter Nick. Chances are, if you're a weather weenie, you found your passion many years ago. For me, I was just 6 years old and I used to watch the movie Twister. And how appropriate, because today we are going to be talking all about tornadoes. Tornadoes are most likely to form in an area we call Tornado Alley, and that's smack dab in the middle of the country through the Midwest. It's kind of like a bullseye of sorts. Your eyes are automatically drawn right to the center here. That encompasses portions of Nebraska and Kansas and Oklahoma into Texas. It can even go into Missouri and Illinois. Now, the farther east you go, the probability of seeing tornadoes drops off substantially. Now, you can still get tornadoes in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states, but the frequency is much less. Tornadoes can occur at any time of the year, but they are most likely to form with dangerous thunderstorms in the spring and summer months, really starting to peak in May and June, and then the frequency kind of drops off after that into the fall and winter seasons. It is all about the extremes when it comes to tornadoes. They most commonly form in this part of the country because of the favorable atmospheric setup. Warm, moist air rises up out ahead of a developing storm system from the Gulf of Mexico and clashes with cool, dry air coming in from the Rocky Mountains. You get what we call a boundary or a dry line to develop between these two air masses, and oftentimes some of your strongest mesocyclones, those are tornadic thunderstorms, form right along that line. That's through western Texas, up through Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, even sometimes extending into Iowa. Tornadoes occur in the most violent thunderstorms called supercells. The first step is setting up a favorable wind pattern. The difference in wind direction between the ground and the upper levels of the atmosphere is key. The change in wind direction with height creates rotation. Air rushing into the thunderstorm, called lift, helps flip that horizontal rotation vertically, allowing for a perpendicular, that's up and down, funnel. Once that funnel connects the bottom of the thunderstorm to the ground, a tornado has formed. When severe weather moves into a particular area, we as meteorologists look for certain characteristics on Doppler radar to help us get a better understanding of where tornadic thunderstorms could actually develop. We call a specific feature we're looking for a hook echo. First, we find the bright colors. Purple and black tell us exactly where the heaviest rain and where hail is most likely to form. Now, the hook starts to form when warm surface winds and cold upper level winds start circulating. A telltale sign of a tornado being on the ground is the formation of what we call not a soccer ball or a baseball or a basketball, but a debris ball. Radar beams bounce off of the objects hurled high into the air by the tornado and paint a picture of just how strong the storm could be. Aside from a potential tornado dropping, these supercell thunderstorms also bring strong straight line winds on the leading edge, and we call that a gust front. These winds can also be extremely damaging. There are about 1,000 tornadoes each year recorded in the United States, but only a small fraction of them are large enough to create damage on a bigger scale. Most are on the weaker side, with winds under 100 miles an hour, and on average they're about 500 feet in width. There are many smaller, but also under the right conditions, you can get them to grow to over 1.5 miles or 2 miles. That is absolutely terrifying. Finally, did you know that some tornadoes can't be seen due to very heavy rainfall out ahead of the funnel? Those are the most dangerous kinds. Meteorologists use a special scale called the Enhanced Fujita Scale. Think of it as kind of like a rating system. This is based off of wind and potential damage. Most tornadoes are on the weaker side and can be categorized as an EF0 or EF1. And don't get me wrong, you could get some minor damage to your roof or even have a cow pass by. But as they get stronger, cars can get lifted up into the air, and the EF5 range, over 200-mile-an-hour winds, that could lift up an entire tractor trailer or a train. If a tornado warning pops up on your phone or your TV, immediately stop what you're doing and get to the lowest level of your house. Oftentimes, that is a crawl space or a basement that is underneath ground that'll protect you from any extreme winds. In the event that you live in a single-level home or a trailer, you still want to get into the most interior room of the house, which is a bathroom or a closet, away from the windows, and make sure the doors are all closed. So during the spring and summer months, it is extremely important to stay alert and vigilant when severe weather strikes your backyard. I hope you walk away with a better understanding of exactly what a tornado is and how you can stay safe if you ever see one. Until next time, my friend, keep your eyes to the skies.